Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now, it's no longer news that P.Diddy has been arrested and is currently awaiting trial. Details in his indictment have been deemed to be so heinous and he is so influential to pose a risk to the trial that he has been denied bail twice. But getting into all these details is not the point of this video. I want to repeat what I said moments earlier. P.Diddy is deemed to be so influential that the prosecution considers him a risk to the trial. Now, this could mean a lot of things, including being a flight risk, being a risk to witnesses by silencing them one way or another, hiding any uncollected evidence, that is, if they exist, and so on. My emphasis is on influential, and this brings me to the crux of this video. The derision, mockery, disbelief that greeted Cassie's lawsuit in November 2023. So many people, especially men, place themselves in the disgraceful position to cape for this man, to give him all sorts of excuses. They have given several excuses for their pitiful lack of judgment. Oh, she just wants a payday. Oh, there is a danger to believing all women. Oh, women lie. Oh, she's just talentless. Oh, she stayed there for 10 years. That sounds like a choice. She could have left any time. Why didn't she? Now, this is just a move to bring down a black man. She's just conned because Diddy moved on, etc. Suddenly, people forget the degree of influence P. Diddy had. They forgot that there have been news in the streets of several nefarious activities Diddy is allegedly rumored to be involved in. Now, the jury is still out on certain people's deaths. They forgot when the Williams had to be transferred out of state just to keep Diddy happy and to punish Wendy for reporting the news because Diddy found that news offensive. Suddenly, it became inconceivable that anyone could be scared and bullied into an abusive situation where there is a significant imbalance of power. Or was it truly inconceivable? Did these apologists really forget? No, I don't think so. I don't think people forgot all these. Instead, I believe people, especially men, are incredibly biased in favor of resources. Now, it's ironic that resources is the reason for people to unfairly evaluate a claim against powerful people. And those same resources are responsible for a significant shift in the power dynamics at play within a defined relationship. It is almost like circular reasoning, and only until significant evidence is obtained can people extend any sort of grace to the victim. True, she may not have been underage when they first met, but she was young. No matter how much people want to paint her as a lady of the streets, to say the least, at 19 years. More importantly, many of these women are, simply put, asked to give up access to their bodies in return for career advancement. Now, this is not an arrangement brought to the women on day one of them meeting Didi and men like Didi. No, that's not how predators operate. They lure you in, begin working on your career, for example, introducing you to a network of professionals who make things happen in the industry. They impress you with the extent of their power and influence and then drop their ask of you. Now, the ideal thing is to walk away. But the rationalization sets in, consideration for the time already sunk in your career pursuit, realization that this man can make things difficult for you in the industry even before your career gets off the ground, acknowledgement that you will lack access to talent needed to make you a successful artist. For example, writers, lyricists, producers, they may decline working with you just out of respect or fear of the power Diddy has and the effect of him wielding that power. Not until the video of Cassie being beaten like a rag doll was leaked did people begin to eat their words and backpedal on earlier positions. Now, I get it, seeing is believing, but at some point you will have to understand that such evidence may not be easy to obtain in all circumstances, and we may need to apply judgment in evaluating claims brought forward by victims. Please note the point of this video is not a campaign that we believe all women. I am asking that people become more gracious and exercise restraint before casting aspersion on a potential victim. Again, I bring it back to secular reasoning. Before saying a potential victim is out only for money, realize that that money facilitates a lot of exploitation within the industry and could well be the reason this claim might be true. Now, is sex for favors bad? Let's leave the moral angle aside for now. It depends on the word consent. Generally speaking, consent means the voluntary agreement of the complainant to engage in sexual activity without abuse or exploitation of trust, power, or authority, coercion, or threats. Consent must be freely given and must not result from exploitation. Oxford Dictionary defines exploitation as the fact of making use of a situation to gain unfair advantage for oneself. In a relationship where one party has far reaching influence and resources to make or mar one's career, it isn't difficult to see how a woman can be exploited for as long as she was. She should have walked away from the first instance, even if it meant giving up her career. That is right. But is it fair? And to me, that's the gray area here, which is open for discussion. Why should she be forced to walk away? Surely she can't force Diddy to work with her, but if she had walked away and Diddy retaliated by forcing industry talent to shun her, could she make a case for retaliation? Is Cassie an employee? Retaliation against an employee is illegal, but other industry talents are not formally under Diddy's control. Now, even though he has some influence, they are not his employees. So, will it be easy proving that Diddy has forced people to shun Cassie in the industry? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Now, back to the point of this video though. True that some women tell lies and make it difficult for real victims to be given the benefit of the doubt. However, people should apply caution in their judgment. As a woman, I can say definitively, speaking up after an abuse is hard, and there is always an element of shame. But the woman is abused twice over when her claims are dismissed. This is why it is so easy for abused women to lick their wounds in silence, because the only motivation to make a case, whether criminal or civil, is the expectation that the perpetrator will be held accountable. Now, if that doesn't happen, it makes the entire process seem a waste, achieving nothing but bearing her hurt and shame to a larger audience. Now, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please do let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like and share. Until next time, be gracious.